Gareth Southgate has to be taking the literal piss with this squad, right? I I'm gonna completely ignore my Arsenal bias for a second, right? What the actual fuck is this England squad? All right, so I'm gonna go through each and every player and think what my opinions are personally of each player in the squad. I personally, for one, think the goalkeepers fine. Everyone's saying Dean Henderson should have got it. I don't really think so. Granted, the guy's been in somewhat decent form this season. Pickford, again, I don't really trust him. I never have really liked Pickford as a keeper. I mean, he's done wonders for England, especially against, was it Colombia that we had the penalty shootout against a few years ago? He did bits then. Nick Pope and Aaron Ramsdale, I think, deserve it. Ramsdale, especially, has been an incredible player for Arsenal. Incredible keeper as well. Great option in between the sticks. Same with Nick Pope. Nick Pope's been in incredible form since he signed for Newcastle, so I can see why he's in the squad. So goalkeepers I have no issue with. Obviously, Dean Henderson I would have preferred over Pickford, but that's just my preference. Um, I can see why Southgate's gone for Pickford though, because Pickford has been generally a huge part of our England squad, especially for the Euros and the 2018 World Cup when we got to the semis. So I can agree with that. What I don't agree with, for starters, right, this is purely based on form and what I think of the player personally. I'm not going to have any bias or anything. I'm not going to be praising one more than the other. Harry Maguire should not be in the England squad, right? Think about it. For the last 18 months or maybe 2 years, he has not really contributed. He is now Ten Hag's, I believe, third or fourth choice centre back, and he is the captain, basically. When he plays, he's the captain for Manchester United. I haven't seen this guy been in form in so long. I'm gonna put aside what he's done in the past for us. He single-handedly carried us against Sweden. I'll admit that in the 2018 World Cup. He had an incredible season during that campaign. Same with the Euros. Although with the Euros it's a bit different because I don't really see. Was he even in the squad? I don't remember. But Harry Maguire, personally, I don't think should be in this team. The fact that Fikayo Tomori is not, Chris Smalling isn't either. That says levels. Mark Guehi as well has been in the debate. I personally would take him. Tomori needs to be there. He won the Serie A last season. He's been outstanding for AC Milan. So what if he has had a few stinkers against like Chelsea in the Champions League or whatnot? The guy is a solid England defender. He's exactly what we need in the backline. Like, word for word, he's quick, he's young, he can develop, and put him in these big games and you'll see just how good he is. But same with Chris Smalling. Chris Smalling, in impeccable form with Roma at the minute, and he's still open to be playing as an England player. I don't get what the stick around him is that he's just not good enough. I personally will take those two centre backs over Eric Dyer and Harry Maguire. John Stones is a staple. I'll let him off. Trent Alexander-Arnold should not be there. I think it's just because of the Reece James injury that he's in the team. Personally, I would have gone for someone like Tarkowski or even Livramento. I know he's not in the debate as much, or if at all, but judging by what he's done for Southampton, I would put Livramento in the team. I honestly would. Connor Cody, fine. I can live with that. Again, I'm going to assume it's because of Reece James or something, but I still would like Tomori or Chris Smalling pace and experience at the back, to be honest. Luke Shaw, yeah, fair enough. I mean, I can't really think of any other like left-sided fullback. Tariq Mitchell maybe, but I think Luke Shaw, solid. I haven't seen him play much for United this season, or at least like do well for United this season, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Kyle Walker and Trippier again, they're just, like, there's no debate. I'm happy with both of them. Southgate's probably going to play Walker as a centre-back, which, fair enough. Pep's done that before, but I think Walker he's just that attacking fullback that we need. Ben White is huge. Ben White is a massive, massive W for the defence. Not just based on my Arsenal bias or anything, but he has been in really good form for Arsenal since he signed. And I think he is experienced enough domestically to help England defend, basically, because we're going to need to defend. Because knowing Southgate, he's going to play defensive and we won't push forward. So that's where I stand with the defenders anyway. The midfield is where it gets controversial for me. Jude Bellingham, fine. He's in great form for Dortmund. He's young, and we've seen him on the ball for England. He can create chances and he can score goals, right? Conor Gallagher is a weird one because I can understand that he's been in good form. Obviously, he's signed to Chelsea, but when he played for Palace, he was good, right? He wasn't like Kevin De Bruyne levels of like midfield or David Silva, but he's a solid player. So I would say that he deserves to be in that, which is fine. I can't really think of any other midfielders other than Ward Prowse that deserve to be there. Ward Prowse, what does the guy need to do? Like you talk about him week in, week out. He's one of England's best midfielders of our time. I will go and say that right now. He has the ability. When you watch him play for Southampton, he captains the team, and he's a pure captain. He's like what a prime Jordan Henderson was like for the Liverpool squad. Like he gets the ball, he pushes, he's a great set piece taker. I'd argue he'd do better than Trippier on a free kick. Honestly, I will back that to the end of my days. Ward Prowse would score better free kicks than Trippier. Not like it's a debate, but still. Jordan Henderson, of course, that is a staple. Mason Mount, I think is deserved. People are saying it isn't. Mason Mount, he's been in form this season. And we've seen him play for England as well. He can do so many good things with the ball. It's nice to see like slightly younger side to the midfield. Calvin Phillips. Now I do love Calvin Phillips. When I saw him in the Euros, and he didn't make the World Cup squad, did he, last time? But watched him in the Euros and the qualifiers and whatnot. Like when he's played, my favourite midfielder defensively. So I can see why to Southgate's point of view, he's made the team, but he hasn't played that much this season. So it's hard to judge him based on his form because he's only played I swear it's 50 minutes for City because he's had a really bad stroke of injuries since he signed. And obviously Pep is still behind him to be a good player. I mean, when he was at Leicester, yeah, he was a great player. But I think this England campaign is going to be a real test for him to get back into his normal form. Assuming Southgate plays him the way he played him in the Euros and the qualifiers and whatever else he played for. Because when Phillips dominated when he was playing in the England squad with Declan Rice is a deserved one. There's no debate about that. You can't change my mind. Declan Rice needs to be in this team. He is the in and out midfielder for this team. Defensively, he's solid and he can push the ball forward. So I can let him off there. Calvin Phillips is a controversial one. Again, Ward Prowse maybe, but I can see why from Southgate's point of view he needs to be in the team because he did impress. He impressed me. I love Calvin Phillips. Now, there's not a bias towards him. I generally love the guy. Like watching him play, playing with him in FIFA, anything. Like it's not a weird obsession with him. Don't take it that way. But Calvin Phillips for me is a great player, so I can see why he's in this team. But again, it's open to controversy, you know. No, so we'll move on to the forwards anyway. I think the forwards are solid, strong forwards. The only issue I've seen people complain about is there's no Ivan Toney and there's no Tammy Abraham, which is completely justified. Tammy Abraham, the most in-form English striker in any league. Changed my mind, right? Look at his goal tally for Roma this past season, 2 seasons, whatever. Since he signed to Roma, Jose Mourinho has made the best England striker next to Harry Kane. You cannot change my mind, right? Watch Tammy Abraham play for Roma and tell me he would not do the same in the England squad. He's got the same talent around him as the likes of, he plays for Roma these days, Raspadori, if he still plays. He's just incredible. And that's why the debate is also bring in Chris Smalling. You got that Roma familiarity. He knows how to play with Tammy Abraham and Tammy knows how to play with him. Ivan Toney is also another one. The only reason that I don't think he made the squad is because of the recent betting allegations against him, or like the scandal where it was like footballers match betting and stuff like that, which is a really bad time to have that allegation thrown on him. I don't want to believe it's true. I think people are just trying to snake him out of the World Cup. So it's sad to see him not being in the team. I think he would have done great, but Ivan Toney needs to be in some sort of European competition, like whether it's Premier League, like club level or country. I think he should represent England as much as players like Harry Kane and Saka should. So Foden and Grealish and Harry Kane, that's a strong forward side. having them in a three, that'd be amazing. James Maddison, deserved. James Maddison is the most underrated England player I've ever seen. Everyone badmouths James Maddison and replaces him with like Phil Foden, Mason Mount, Harry Kane. Watch Maddison play for Leicester, even on a dead game, like say it's like Leicester Burnley like last season. The guy is amazing. I love watching him on the ball. He's just so good. I'll back that to the end of my day. He's amazing. So it's glad to see him finally get the England call up that I've been waiting for, because I've been waiting for him to get a call up for so long. So we'll have that. Rashford as well. Rashford did score against Aston Villa last night as I'm recording this. So Rashford is in good form. He has been in good form this season, to be fair to him. I'll let him off. But Bukayo Saka deserved as well. Absolutely incredible player. I mean, after the Euro spell and the penalty shootout, I think this is a great chance for Saka to get back to his feet. And this is going to be a big confidence boost for him, especially going into this tournament with Arsenal being in their best position in the Premier League right now. I think it's a good test for him, and I think Saka will do amazing. If he played the same way that he did in the Euros, we're fine. We're going to sweep through the qualifiers and the round of 16. We're going to sweep through the semis. We're going to get to the final, and we're going to win big. Raheem Sterling, yeah, I mean, he's one of England's go-to forwards. I mean, he did score his first goal for Chelsea not long ago. Again, I think personally we don't need Sterling in this forward side. Sancho not being there is also, I would say, a big miss. But I haven't seen Sancho. Like, Sancho's been in good form for United, like when he actually plays, but he doesn't play enough. I think Ten Hag's missing the point of playing Sancho. Sancho is a great player. He's so much talent, so much skill, flair. And for England, he's shown that. He has shown that in big games as well. He's done incredibly well for himself. So I think that him not being there maybe is a downside, but that is just like a minor thing. What isn't minor, I'm finally happy that Callum Wilson has the opportunity to repeat himself. If you remember when he played for England last time, the version of Java is available apparently, thanks PC. If you remember when he played for England last time, he showed great promise. He fitted right into the England side. Granted, he was playing with Wayne Rooney at the time. Could you imagine that, your first England game? He scored in it, to be fair. He's playing with Rooney. But Callum Wilson, I think, will be a good option for, say, like, if we need a goal and Kane looks a bit tired or Foden's looking a bit off, change it around, put Callum Wilson up front. He will score. The guy is a goal scorer. I've said it before. Injuries are the only thing that have stopped Callum Wilson from being England's greatest striker. It's controversial, but at this current time, if Harry Kane wasn't as good as he is, Callum Wilson would definitely be England's top striker. Granted that he gets no major injury back steps or anything like that. Now, I personally would have loved to see Callum Wilson with like a Tammy Abraham, a Tomori mix. I don't know, but let me know what your thoughts on this team is down below. I would love to see your reaction to this. Any comments about my comments or just any arguments or agreements, please let me know in the comments. I'm open to interpretation. Obviously, this is a free space. Talk how you like. I personally, overall, I don't like this team. Now, the midfield and the forwards, for me, are fine. I have no problem with any of them. I just wish that we had James Ward-Prowse and Abraham as our forwards, and Tony. Tony, again, that's basically just because of the allegations. I don't think there's anything bad about him. He's a great player for Brentford. Been in incredible form for them as well. Not even just this season, like seasons before. You know, the guy's come from the bottom of the Premier League and the Championship. He's done amazing. He's done bits. So I'll let him off. It's just the defenders, really, for me. I just don't see the point of trying Eric Dyer and Harry Maguire, really. If we had like a Livramento, or granted Reece James is injured, I reckon he would have got in over Trent personally. But Conor Cody, fine. He's the exception. I'll let him off. Conor Cody is the exception because when he played for us last time, he was great. I loved him. He was a breath of fresh air for England, and I think he'll do the same thing for us this campaign. Eric Dyer, no. I don't think so, to be honest with you. watching him play for Tottenham, he's been rough, man. I feel sorry for you Tottenham fans, if there are any Tottenham fans. Like, who supports Tottenham? Not me. But Eric Dyer and Harry Maguire, form-wise, I just don't see it. Tomori and Smalling would have been great options. And people will say, oh, Smalling's a curveball because he's played before. Put him back in. What's the harm in that? He's the most informed centre-back in any league, really. He's been consistent this season and last season for Roma. He's proved that he's great. He's good enough. And I saw Spencer FC make a great point the other day where purely based on achievements, Harry Maguire should be in this team just because of what he's done. Form-wise, yeah, he shouldn't be. But I personally would just have Tomori, Smalling, and someone like Livramento. It's a bit controversial, but Kyle Walker-Peters, maybe. But, yet again, he wouldn't get in over this team, but I reckon he should be given at least an option. He should be like a backup option. Because if you watch Southampton, right, Southampton are, in my opinion, an underrated team. No matter where you look. Kyle Walker-Peters has been probably one of the best players for Southampton, besides Ward-Prowse. It's up to debate. I would personally just back that all the way. I think it's a good take. But again, let me know what you think. I'm personally not happy with this team, but I'm still going to back England all the way. And I'm going to make a prediction. If England don't win the World Cup, I think it's Brazil. If you look at the Brazil team, I'm going to get it up right now so we can have a look. The Brazil side is stacked, all right? So let me search on Twitter for the Brazil World Cup squad, right? I'm going to get a screenshot somewhere, surely. That's the England one. Okay, yeah, here we are. So this is the Brazilian squad, right? Obviously Neymar's in there because he's Neymar. Look at the amount of power and consistency in the Brazil side, right? Alisson, Ederson, fair enough. Weatherton, don't know. I have not seen him play for Palmeiras, so I don't know. Danilo for Juventus, not sure. I haven't seen him. I haven't watched much Juventus this season, so I don't know. Dani Alves, okay, it's huge. I mean, he is old, but he is a legend, so he'll fit right in. Alex Telles, fair enough. Telles, he's been alright for Sevilla as far as I've seen. Thiago Silva, I don't know. That's the one that I don't get, to be honest. Marquinhos, Bremer, Eder Militao, solid. All three of them have been in great shape, great form. Fair enough. Casemiro, Fabinho are like pretty much the go-to defensive midfielders, which is fair enough. Bruno Guimaraes, deserved. He's been in great form for Newcastle. Probably one of the best signings in the Premier League this season, besides obviously Haaland and whatnot. So there's that. Fred, fair enough. I mean, there's not really many other Brazilian midfielders I can think of, so there's that. Lucas Paqueta, again, deserved. Everton Ribeiro, haven't seen much of him. Look forward to seeing him, actually. I've heard he's a baller, so there's that. Then the forwards is where it gets disgusting. It's over for any team in their group. So you got Neymar, Vinicius Jr., Gabriel Jesus, three of the most informed players to put on the Brazil kit this season. Neymar's been doing good in PSG as well as finding his form again. Vinicius Jr. is undoubtedly one of the best youth talents, youth prospects, if you want to call him that. Golden boy status right there for him. Gabriel Jesus, obviously, he's had a great start with Arsenal. He's dipped in form a tiny bit, but off the ball, he's a quality player. Anthony for United, people were saying is a big, like, what the fuck? But I'll back it. Watching Anthony play for United is actually, like, it's pretty satisfying. He's had that whole fiasco with his little spin skill move that he does for Ajax. He did that a few weeks ago, and people were crying about that, but I don't really mind it. Rafinha for Barcelona is a weird one, because I've heard a lot of Barcelona fans on Twitter complain about how Rafinha is exceptional in training, but when he comes to the games, he just shadows himself. He just stops playing. So, I mean, he's a great talent. You know, he's been a Leeds player for God knows how long now. Watching him play for Leeds is something else. It's different. It's nice. It's refreshing. So I'll let him off on that front. Richarlison, yeah, I mean, they need a striker. Richarlison is Brazil's go-to besides Jesus, basically. So I'll let him off. Martinelli as well. That's a controversial one. I saw a thing this morning actually where people were saying that I forget what his name is. His name's like um, Gapiano or something like that. He's a Flamengo player, I believe. Let me see if I can find him. Um, well, I'll find it after this. So Martinelli again deserved great form for Arsenal. He's a great attacking player, left-sided as well. So he's only got to compete with Vinny J for that. But I think the manager can make it work. Rodrigo for Real Madrid, honestly deserved. He's an underrated player at Real Madrid. Not in the best form, but he's done wonders and he can do it again. So yeah, and then Pedro for Flamengo as well. I haven't seen much of him, but again, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to seeing Brazil because Brazil are that team that like they're just silky with everything they do. So I'm gonna see if I can find. I don't know what the guy's. I'm sure it's a Flamengo player. Is it? I don't think it's Guillermo. There's a really informed striker. Guillermo. Oh, he's Uruguayan. Okay, fair enough. I forget. I don't think it is Flamengo. His name's like I don't know. But there is a really informed Brazilian player who I've seen people say that he should be in the squad instead of Martinelli. I'm gonna get on my phone actually because I'm sure I've got the There's like a Snapchat story thing for sports that I follow, and it was on there. So we'll see if I can find it. Was it this one? Let's have a look. Sorry, I'm trying to have a look here. Senegal released their squad. Premier League. Okay. Real Madrid. Jude Bellingham. Okay, it's saying nothing about World Cup. I could have sworn there's a thing somewhere. But anyway, if I find it, I'll put it in the video. If not, then go find it yourself. Another thing I want to show you as well, really quick. I know this is meant to be about England, but this is kind of a weird take. So Mario Götze is making it into the 2022 Germany side. So let's see if I can get the Germany World Cup squad. Here we go. Yeah. So where is he? Yeah, Mario Götze is playing in the Germany 22 side. Argentina are crying right now. You remember what Mario Götze did to them? Well, years ago now. Years ago. But the Germany side as well looks pretty good. The only player I would say doesn't deserve to be there is... Well, no. Actually, no one. I think that's a great side. Nicholas Fulkrug, the striker for Werder Bremen here, deserved. If you watch the Bundesliga as much as I do, watching this guy score goals, he's like the Mario Gomez of this time. Honestly, watch him play, watch his highlights, you'll see it. And Kareem Adeyemi, I know Danny Aarons is screaming about that. I reckon Adeyemi will impress. I haven't seen him for Dortmund yet. I've seen Dortmund play, but I haven't seen Adeyemi be as involved. All I've seen is Jude Bellingham. All I've seen is what's his name? Sule Schlotterbeck, all them players. But anyway, I'm actually going to leave this video here for now. So let me know what your thoughts of the England squad down below. Obviously, I'm going to put a community post up with the team anyway. So if you want to go see it and leave further comments on it, you can. But anyway, I've been Carl O'Donnell. So great rest of your day. It's coming down, boys. Peace out.